Do you guys want to see how to turn your lace frontal from this to this? Then girl, keep on watching. So just to kind of give you a few specs, this is Unice Hair. It's so bomb. I'm going to do a more detailed video on that, but essentially just to kind of give you an idea, it came with 4 bundles and it even came with these lashes. Super cute. But right now we're just going to be working with the frontal. I'll have all of the hair specs down in the description box down below for you guys to check out with some links and discount codes and all of that great stuff. But as you can see, this is how the frontal comes straight out of the box. It looks just like a doll head, so we're going to do some jazzing up and make this thing look bomb. Don't worry guys, I'm going to have all of those products listed in the description box below as well. But to start off, we're just going to go ahead and mix together in a mixing bowl some BW2 Clairol bleach powder. And I'm also going to take a little bit of some 30 volume developer from SalonCare. And I'm just going to mix this up. I'm using a whisk because I thought it would be really cute and make me look professional. But like honestly, just use the brush. It's a lot easier. But you want this consistency to be very thick. So I like to put my brush in there and kind of just tap it to make sure it doesn't fall over, because if it's too thin, it'll bleach through the knots into the hair. We don't want that. I'm also going to go ahead and take a little bit of this purple. It's called Eggplant and it's a door. And I'm just going to take 2 drops of that. Even 1 drop will work, and I'm going to mix that really well to get a purple hue, and that's going to really help combat the brassiness, and it's going to help tone that bleach to where you don't get that brassy look. Now that we've got our little concoction all mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and take my frontal and lay it out on a piece of foil. And as you can see, I am brushing this bleach onto the frontal like butter. It may look like I'm pressing hard, but my hand is like a feather, because you don't again want this to seep through that hair and bleach the hair. So I'm using the lightest pressure ever, and I'm just going to make sure that's really coated nicely and flip that over so that we can go ahead and let that start to develop and process and get all nice and scalp like. Okay, scalp like, that's what we want. I also am going to go ahead and go through this and check to make sure that, of course, I didn't get any bleach on the hair. And again, I'm not a professional, but we want to make this look as professional as possible, okay? Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and set our timer for about 30 minutes, give or take. You might need a little more, you might need a little less, but 30 minutes typically gets the job done. So now that I've got this all rinsed off really well, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Shimmering Lights Purple Shampoo. The purple in this is going to help combat any brassiness, kind of tone the frontal a little bit. It's also going to help stop that bleach from further activating. So you just want to get in there and really scrub that really well, and then of course rinse that off. Now that we've gone ahead and rinsed out all of that shampoo, I'm also going to go in with the Shimmering Lights conditioner, which also has a purple hue to it. Again, going to help combat any brassiness and kind of help tone that frontal a little bit. But of course, the more moisture, the better. So we've got our conditioning done, but we're going to condition even more. I'm going to go in with this Ion Intense Moisture Conditioner, and it's for color treated hair. So again, the more moisture the better. This is going to be treated like real hair. It is real hair, so we want to treat it like real hair. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that sit for about 5 minutes, and after about 5 minutes we'll be good to go. At this point, you should be proud of yourself, feeling like a professional. I know that's looking scalpy, and the only thing left to do is work on the hairline. So for the hairline, you're gonna need some T-pins that you can find at your local beauty supply. And the goal here is to make sure that that frontal is as flush down to that mannequin head as possible. The tighter and more secure that is on your mannequin head, the less risk you run of tearing or ripping at the frontal itself. So now that we've got that all secured down, as you can see, it's easy for me to run my hands through the hair and it doesn't, you know, feel loose at all. I feel like I can work with this. We can work with this, okay? Now I'm just gonna go ahead and wet the hair and make sure that it's brushed and not tingly or anything like that. I also use my black vanilla leave-in conditioner from Carol's Daughter. Just an option, you don't have to, but I do feel like, I don't know. Again, the more moisture, the better. So now that we've got our hair all brushed through and ready to work with, I'm going to go ahead and section off the top portion of that hair and place it into a bun just to kind of get it out of the way. The reason I do this is because I feel like a natural hairline is a lot thinner on the sides and a lot more full on the top. So I feel like the sides require more work. As you can see, we have a lot of work to do here, ladies. I'm going to start by taking my rat tail comb and just section off the smallest, most minuscule patch of hair and work in small sections just like that. You'll see in the video what I'm talking about, but essentially we're just gonna go in very sporadic areas and start plucking. There's no particular way to do this. You just want to start plucking, combing, plucking, combing, and repeating until you can start to see progress. And I would be lying if I said that this process is not tedious. This is definitely the most tedious part of frontal customization, but as you can see, guys, I'm just taking small sections, plucking, combing, small sections, plucking, combing, and working my way back until I get a gradual effect. As for the top portion of our hair, I'm going to start with the baby hairs. I'm going to go ahead and of course wet it. You always want to work on wet hair. If you work on dry hair, it just ain't as cute, okay? So always make sure that that hair is very, very damp. And I'm just going to take very, very small amounts of hair and pull those out of the hairline. I am not one to go OD on the baby hairs. I like baby hairs enough to cover the frontal so that you can't see that line of demarcation, but I don't want OD, and I don't want them super long and I don't want them super short. So I'm just taking a razor comb and kind of ever so lightly with the lightest hand razoring that and kind of, you know, creating some baby hairs. I don't know how else to explain it. You just kind of swivel your razor diagonally, use some scissors, and just kind of finesse them a little bit. As you can see with the top, it's not as critical to be as precise. Of course, you want to make sure you're getting as close to the frontal, that way you don't tear it, but just pluck until you start to see it come to life, girl. It's really, again, no rhyme or reason. You just do it, and before you know it, this is what your frontal looks like. Voila. That is literally it, guys. That's what I do to customize my frontals. I know it wasn't that detailed, and I'm sorry if I did something that wasn't right. I am not a professional, and by no means do I claim to be. This wig making stuff is so new to me, so if you have any tips or tricks, I'm more than open to hearing them. I'm always willing to learn new things. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Yeah, I'm selfish. I want you all to myself, I swear. You don't need nobody else, I swear. I want you all to myself because I'm selfish, yeah.